Hello, welcome everyone. Thanks for liking my videos and subscribing to my channel. I do appreciate it. Today's video is a walk and talk video. It is a Villages news video. It is a video about the swimming pools in the Villages. The title of the article that I read was, "Does the Villages Community Watch check for identification for those individuals using the swimming pools?" I will read the article to you and then I will give you my opinion and my thoughts. Stay tuned. Let's go for a walk, friends. Here I am walking in Cebu City in the Philippines. It's a cloudy, overcast day. It is warm, it is humid. And they are cutting a tree down right there. They have a chainsaw out. Things are getting done in the Philippines. The news article reads like this: the Recreation and Parks Department has set standards for checking ID cards at the Villages swimming pools. Individuals are not asked to get out of the swimming pool or stop their game play in order to check IDs unless they do not meet the age requirements or are reported by a resident that they do not meet resident and guest eligibility standards. The sports pools are for residents only. Each activity or program will be checked a minimum of once per week. For example, the water volleyball classes, exercise classes, combination swim and lap swimming. Those individuals will be checked once per week. In the neighborhood recreation centers, the adult pools, those are for individuals ages 30 and up. Recreation staff will check these pools upon opening each morning and closing each evening. Then at various times each day, or more often if staff is available. This is a minimum of 3 times a day. Staff will check IDs between 7 a.m. and noon, and between noon and 5 p.m., and between 5 p.m. and close, so they divvy up the day into 3 time slots. They will check once during each time slot. They will rotate the pools check so that all of them are checked at least once every 4 days. The family pools are checked a minimum of 3 times daily, once each between the hours of 7 a.m. to noon, between noon and 5 to close. So there you have it. And that is true. The Villages does come around and check for identification, and they do that very often. And they do a very good job of it, for the most part. They have community watch people come in a couple of 3 times a day and they check IDs. For those residents sitting on the edges of the pool, and if you're inside the pool, they will not check IDs. The only issue I've seen is usually during snowbird season, you have some guests that may or may not have a guest pass. And when they see the community watch team come in to the pool area, they will get out of their chairs if they're lying next to the pool, and they will go in the pool so they don't have their IDs checked. And it's kind of comical to watch. And every year, usually in January, February, and March, you see a lot of that. There has been talk over the last couple of years of people gaining entry into the swimming pool that are not part of the Villages community. And I have seen that myself. I have seen individuals from surrounding areas like Leesburg or Oxford, Florida, using the swimming pools. Usually they use them late in the evening, around dusk or right after dusk. And some of the talk has been, and somebody requested during one of the district board meetings last year, they requested that the villages install locks on the gates where it would require key card access to gain entry to the swimming pool. Right now, the village's community watch team, they unlock the swimming pools in the morning at 7 a.m. and they lock them back up at dusk. And everybody seems to have a different definition of dusk, which is somewhat painful, because if you like to swim in the evening like I do, one night you'll be in the pool and somebody will show up at 7:30 or 8 p.m. and they'll say, "It's dusk, you need to get out." The next night, a different worker will be closing the pool. That individual will show up at 9 p.m. and say, "It's dusk, you need to get out." There's a lot of inconsistency when they close the swimming pools. But back to the conversation of potentially installing locks on the gates at the swimming pool. That would definitely save a lot of time in terms of community watch would not need to come over to the pools every morning and open them up. And if you had a lock on the pool, residents would have key cards that could enter the pool whenever they wanted. And that would prevent some of the non-residents who use the pools, and I've seen them, from entering the pool. They brought it up at a district meeting last year, the year before, and the villages said that it would cost an exorbitant amount of money to change the gates on all the swimming pools in the villages. And I forgot how many swimming pools there are. There are a lot of them. They said it would cost too much money to install locks on all the gates in the swimming pools. To me, that's interesting, because most 55 plus communities that I know of, they request key card access to get into the swimming pool areas. That's just one of the deficiencies that the villages has. Overall, the swimming pools are maintained well. They're in very good condition. On a side note, you should know that the swimming pools are closed a half a day each month for maintenance, regular routine maintenance. So be aware of that. It's usually closed from 7 a.m. till noon one day during the month, every month. All the swimming pools are salt water pools. They used to be fresh water with chlorine. And during the inflationary period of a couple of years ago, the price of chlorine went through the roof, and the villages decided to convert the freshwater pools to saltwater pools, and they do not need chlorine to keep them clean. Saltwater is very nice. It's excellent. I enjoy the pool. In terms of heating the swimming pools, the pools are heated between a temperature of 80 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit. It is raining a little bit. So if you see water on the video, it's because it's raining out here in the Philippines. What else did I want to say? If you see any suspicious activity at the swimming pool, every swimming pool has a telephone hanging on the wall near the vending machine. You can use that telephone to call Community Watch and report any suspicious activity, and I do recommend you do that, because occasionally, especially in the evening, you might see some suspicious activity. You might see people in the pool that don't belong in the pool. Call Community Watch. Do not confront these people. Community Watch will assess the situation, and they may even call the local police department that's in charge of monitoring the safety in that area. The other thing I wanted to mention about swimming pools is each swimming pool has an equipment room that's located over near the vending machines. That equipment room will contain small items that you can use in the pool, like foam noodles, things like that. Not very much equipment, to be honest with you. And the Villages uses those equipment rooms as more of a lost and found area. I've already lost items at the pool. Community Watch will come through in the evening. They'll pick them items up and they will put them in that equipment room. So if you lose anything at the swimming pool, the first place you want to check is that equipment room at the swimming pool. If it's not there, sometimes Community Watch will take the item back to wherever they're stationed, most likely at a regional rec center that is nearby. That would be the second place you'd want to check for lost and found items at the swimming pool, is at the regional rec centers. What else did I want to talk about? Overall, I think the Villages does a great job maintaining the cleanliness of the swimming pools. If there's anything broken, usually they fix it within a reasonable amount of time. Sometimes people think it takes too long for the Villages to fix things, but they do fix them. That's the good thing. Anybody that would bring a guest, you can get guest passes for your guests at the regional recreation centers. That's an identification that they will need to present if they are at the swimming pool, and Community Watch asks for their ID. They will need to have that guest pass. I think there is a small fee, a small charge for the guest pass. But overall, I think the safety of the swimming pools are good. Thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing. Feel free to share the video with anybody you feel might be interested. I think I'm going to end the video there. Thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing. Have a great day, everyone. Stay safe, take care.